The Americans with Disability Act has done a lot of good for disabled people, but some people are now latching on to the law to make what others call a quick buck. Tonight, KCAL's Serene Branson shows us who's cashing in on the ADA and why local business owners say they're the ones being targeted.
They had their bathrooms closed down because they were making it ADA compliant, and they still got sued.
On most nights, you'll find Roanne Mitchell talking to customers at one of her 2 Torrance bars. But she says 5 lawsuits in the past 2 years are threatening to close her doors.
It's like a racket.
At issue, a series of lawsuits saying she's violating ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, because of her bathrooms, something she doesn't dispute.
It has to be 5 feet in radius all the way around. I'm going to lose space in my bar. That's fine.
The building was built in the 50s, and she's been saving for the $30,000 remodel.
I'm not ADA compliant. I want to be so bad. But as long as they keep hitting me with these lawsuits, the account that I put aside to become ADA compliant, they have drained those funds.
She settled the first 2 for $7 grand, but she soon found herself facing 3 more.
It's scary, you know, you're not sure where it's going. But when I got my 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I thought, okay, this isn't feeling right to me.
She got the feeling it wasn't about making it right, but about making money. That's when she asked for help from attorney Mark Wasserman.
It's definite extortion and blood money the way I see it.
Wasserman says these lawsuits appear to all be connected to a small group of San Diego County attorneys who use the same group of plaintiffs and target small mom and pop type businesses across aging shopping centers. State law allows disabled individuals to sue and receive a minimum of $4,000.
When you have cases like this and you fight back, they don't respond. All they want is that quick buck. And when they see that you're not going to give it, they tend to just ignore the case.
In fact, they don't believe the plaintiffs have ever been in Mitchell's bars. Wasserman says one plaintiff, Edward Gutierrez of Hemet, failed to show for a February deposition. His attorney presented this December death certificate after the deposition that reads informational, not a valid document to establish identity. The plaintiff in the case against her other bar, High and Dry, Willie Fontano, also of Hemet, told us by phone to speak to his attorney, Michael Taby, who did not return our calls.
We have made it more profitable than narcotics.
David Warren Peters is with California Citizens Against Lawsuit Abuse and calls the problem pervasive and widespread. According to his organization, although California accounts for 12% of the national population, more than 40% of ADA cases are filed in California.
We are the only jurisdiction on the planet that has this arbitrary financial damage of $4,000 or more.
Peters says it's a waste of time and money for a state that already has an unfriendly business reputation.
We provide jobs, and we want to continue providing jobs, but it's becoming very, very hard.
Joe Ramirez runs Pacific National Security in Culver City. He's considering a move out of state after trying to work with lawmakers to plug the holes.
I didn't feel that the lawmakers really got what we were trying to accomplish, and I'm not sure where does that coming from.
Small business owners, along with Peters, say the legal landscape in California has led to what they call a business, attorneys who abuse the law for their own gain and undermine worthy, legitimate ADA cases.
There are a group of attorneys sharing a core group of plaintiffs.
Mitchell's attorney says they've received little cooperation from the plaintiff's attorneys, leaving her on a legal merry-go-round, spending money on legal fees rather than the bathroom she says she wants to fix.
I want to have something to give to my family when I move on, you know, and if this keeps up, I can't.
And that was KCAL's Serene Branson reporting there. There are 2 bills in the state legislature right now, but according to California Citizens Against Lawsuit Abuse, they seek essentially the same reform as bills that have never made it out of committee. The California Supreme Court recently concluded the state legislature has been informed of the problem but has failed to take sufficient action, essentially saying it's not their place to super legislate.